Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Arena Gauntlet League match. As you saw in the thumbnail, today is match number 2 in the Lorwyn Eclipsed Arena Gauntlet League. And the deck you see on your screen, this interesting pile of cards, is the deck we're going to be running into that match. I don't particularly like our deck so much this early in the league, but usually I don't as well, but sometimes things like this can just pull out wins. We've got Bitter Bloombearer, 3 Dundalin Weavers, a Soul Immolation, as well as Bristlebane Battler in here, and Abigail. So we've got some rares that are actually pretty decent. I'm just a bit worried about this mana situation. We don't have a lot on the top end. It's a lot of low stuff. It's almost aggressive. We could be stumbling on mana. You never know. But this is what I'm running in today's match. As you can see here on the standings, we are entering our second match. Unfortunately, 0-1. We did lose our first match. We are tied for 196th in the league out of 231 players. Pretty low, but it's very early. We are in a race to the 6th week of the league, so it's a long one here. Lots of people here at the top at 4-1 and some 3-2s as well. So we're going to see if we can improve that record to at least 1-1 today by playing against Hugester. Hugester has a record of 1-1 so far this league, sitting with a tie for 49th place, playing an additional Jund deck just like we are, and so far this week they are 1-1 as it is the first week of play. Hugester's overall lifetime AGL record is 67-65 with a win percentage just south of 51%, and ours is sitting over there just north of 55% with our loss last week, 141 and 115. This is interestingly our second matchup in AGL history, and I took the first, so he's going to be looking for some revenge here today as well to even up that season series. As far as badges, we do have that one finalist badge in addition to one additional top 16. Hugester does not have any badges just yet, but don't worry, there's still time. Should be a fun one here today in our second match of the league. And without any further ado, see you in the games. Okay, here we are in the match. Getting to go first again, which we will take. And mana situation already starting to rear its head here. We don't have a guarantee that we can cast anything. Any land does mean we can play 10 the Sprigs on 3. We're hoping we're not going up against something aggressive here. I hate going to 6. The 10 of Sprigs goes a long way. If this were any other card, I probably would not keep this, but I'm gonna give it a try and cross your fingers. You got 2 shots at a land here, basically. Okay, well, just play a 2-drop. It's much better to play later, but get this on the board, and now we need a land off the top. Never didn't have it. Alright. Let's see if we can overcome missing a land for 1 turn. Have to see here. Looks like in black and green, their only rares are Grub, and I guess this Overgrown Tomb. But I'm assuming he's probably splashing blue. He's got a Lockmare in this pool here as well, so gonna have to see. Okay, Gangly Stompling, sure. Another missed land. I guess we'll plan to trade here. Great Forest Druid. At least so far we're not under a ton of pressure, but thinking he might have that bite spell, and there it is. Alright, land off the top. Nope, let's discard a 5-drop here. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I think the responsible thing was to send that one back, but had we found our 3rd land, we'd be doing things, so you know, sometimes it works. Sometimes it does not here. For 10, I'm not really sure what we could do. So let's go get black, I guess. Go to 1 and yeah, does not matter here. Okay, so lost to Mana Screw. Is there any... artifacts and enchantments? I did keep 2 of these Chomping Changelings out of the deck here. Let's see what the good artifacts or enchantments are for sideboarding here. Prismatic Undercurrents, there is a Liminal Hold, but I do not believe... it might just be straight black-green here. What about good artifacts? 2 Feardock Cores. I don't think we need to bring these in necessarily. On the play, are things like Boggart Pranksters any good? How many goblins do we have? 1 goblin, so no. How many shapeshifters, though? 5? Moonglove Extractor. Yeah, I mean, it's too early to really find good sideboarding options, so I think I'm just going to keep it as it is and hope we don't get mana screwed 2 games in a row here. Although I kind of did it to myself by not mulliganing. But like I said, have found 1 land, we've been off and running and doing some good things. Play first. All 3 Weavers here. It's also not particularly great, but I mean, at least we have 2 different colors of mana and some creatures we can play, so... our pool is just not very powerful. Like, there's just not a lot of great... oh, that's... yeah, sure, double red card. I always look forward to the point in each league where I can actually play... play a straight 2-color deck, unless I have a ton of fixing, which this set does not provide. There's not a cycle of basic duels in this set, which is notable. Alright, I think I'll flash in the Archer here. And probably just play the Changeling. That way next turn I can get back the other Weaver if my creatures survive. It doesn't destroy anything, but I mean, it's fine. Okay, found the black. What's the 4-drop? Could potentially loop Weavers back and forth, which might be kind of fun. Okay, creature down. Just go ahead and play this here. There are 2 Pummeler for hires, which would be difficult for me to deal with. I'm not seeing a ton of, like, insane reasons to go straight black-green, but lots of green commons here. 2 Assert Perfections. Okay. See what the play is. Get back the Death Toucher. Okay. Let's do this before I trade off here. I'll get back the Archer so I can flash that in. And then offer the trade for the Watcher for the Emissary here, which I assume he'll take. Flash in Archer. And then next turn, Weaver, get back Watcher or something. Yeah, we've got creatures, but as soon as there's a big creature that hits the battlefield like that one, that makes things a little bit more difficult for me. Okay, that's what I thought. I think at this point, I'd like to start looping the Weavers here. So let's just do that. Play a 4-2. And I don't know if we can put enough pressure here or not. Yeah, make a 2/2. Now I don't really have good attacks into the 3/3. Bitterbloom Bear is not bad. I would love to continue to loop these things, but my expectation is if I attack with the Wretch, play the Weaver, then I just have to get back, I guess, the Watcher or something. I technically don't even have to attack with the Wretch here. Just gotta hope that the Bitterbloom Bear can kind of go the distance, but it will probably get removed at some point. Okay, I think I'm going to get back the 3/3 and then hold off on the Bearer. Play that next turn. I mean, this is just kind of how this deck is going to have to play out. Kind of going wide. It doesn't have a lot of removal. Stuck with a double red card in a hand here, so... I mean, it's a great double red card, but it's just... There's a 6/5 and it's got reach, so that kind of stonewalls our whole board here. Doesn't help in the slightest, so pass it back. More reach, more life gain. We don't have these cards in our pool. Like, I don't even have access to play this kind of stuff is the issue. Just got a bunch of 3/3s and 2/1s. That, at the very least, lets me go get a red. And lets me attack with the Watcher here. They're somehow back at 17, which I don't know how that happened, but... I mean, I do. It's because they gained 6 life off of the Pummeler for hire here. At least I got rid of one of them. If I can draw a removal spell, the most I can do is Blight 4 here with my Tree Folk. Put that to a 6/1 for the turn. I could attack with everything then. Can't get rid of their 6/5 right now. And I need another red source to even be able to do that. Okay, I guess we'll just play that. And no attacks. No plays again, okay. Still, I guess I could trade for the 2/2 with this thing here. Is that good? I could actually do this because if they want to eat the 1/1, they would have to take 3 to do it. Conversely, they double block these two and I push 2. What if I just attacked with everything? They clearly don't have anything right now. So, except the Bearer, I think. I need to keep that back. So they could eat it, eat this, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, go to 3. I mean, that actually doesn't seem too bad. They would eat 2 creatures here. but go to 3, which I think is like not bad for me. Let's see what the follow-up is though. Hopefully no more life gain. If they do have another pummeler for hire, which is in the pool, that would be pretty bad. Currently I have lethal. GG, okay. We did get through the big creatures. Is there anything we can do against big creatures here in the sideboarding plan? I mean, a Chaos Spewer is kind of a big creature. The Bloodletter can deal damage in the form of Wither. I can play my own Zealots. These are actually, you know what? I should have had these in, I think, to start. This is probably correct, bringing in these Zealots. What seemed pretty bad against them? They've got a good amount of big creatures with reach, so things like Nightmare Sower won't actually be very good. Same with even one of these Dream Caesars. Dream Caesar Salads. I like the cheap stuff. I need things that get a little bit bigger, like Watcher, Stomplings, and Archers are okay, I think. Wretched is probably fine. Could just be one of these flyers. With all their reach, I don't think it's at its best here. But this at least helps us go land cycle if we can find a red early to find our third color. It's a thing that can block and do well against their bigger stuff as well. So it adds more red cards to the deck, but all we need is one red source already on the battlefield for those to be maximized. So should have probably included those in the pre-sideboard build. And we do have a slow hand, but at least all 3 colors of mana. So I'll keep it here. And see if it can end up being good enough. Okay, no plays. That's at least something I can do on 3 here. Okay, are we just gonna trade off Stomplings, potentially? I think I would do that. Play Eulogist, drain for 2. And that makes the trade-off plan a little worse. I am going to play a Blackthorn here at some point. This Blightrot can deal with that if I need to. Let's go ahead and offer the trade. They do get 2 across. Next turn, I think I just play Blackthorn here. Gonna have to take 3. That's a problem. I can just blight 1. I could also have it attack in and use Blightrot on defense, but that's usually not a great plan. Something I can do is just play the Blackthorn right now. It does hold it back, and then next turn I can blight onto the Blackthorn and exile it. Still hold both creatures back. Now if they have removal for the Blackthorn here, this would really not go well for me, but I think it's the best thing to do. I only have 1 swamp on the battlefield, I just realized. So cross your fingers they don't have removal for Blackthorn. They do have 2 of the bite removal spells. And what else? A Bog Slither's Embrace. I don't think they have an instant. They did just attack and nothing happened here. Their only instant is Blightrot. and Scarblade's Malice, which would also not be good, but I don't think they have that. So post-combat, what could they be doing here? I'm not seeing a lot post-combat that could really mess this up. So I'm just going to block here. Sure, that's another big creature. Another green that I don't need. So I can pay this ward too. I can just kill off the Pummeler for higher, attack with the Eulogist plan to still block here. Because clearly they didn't have anything last time. Next turn I can embrace this and then hopefully kind of be off and running. Could also plan to double block here. They would trade with Eulogist. Let's do this. They didn't have an instant last turn, so they would have had to draw an instant here. And if they drew removal for Blackthorn, again, then none of this goes well. I'm very, very slow right now. With only one black source to play all my black cards. Okay. Weaver getting back. Probably Pummeler for hire here. Yep. If I can get them to play a derpier thing, the Dream Caesar can get the rest of it, but I think they're just going to play that next turn now, which is not great for me. Don't know exactly how we're getting out of this. Guess drawing our mythic red card would do some work here. I can blight onto this and also play Graspling here. This still has 6 toughness in that case, which would be good. To block anything that's on the battlefield. So let's blight, targeting this, blighting onto this, and then play Graspling, pass it back here. They likely play the Pummeler for hire. Hopefully I can get a card out of their hand with the Dream Caesar. They have so much reach, these flyers are just not good. No, he drew the removal. Okay. Yeah, that's rough. Let's see if I'd rather do something else. By casting this, Abigail loses all abilities, First Strike, Lifelink, and Flying for something. I mean, I could give this Flying, First Strike, Lifelink. That's actually pretty good. Issue is, I can't cast that card, I just realized. So, I guess it's going to be the Zealot here, which is not a bad draw. Okay, we'll play this thing though. We'll go ahead and Blight because it's an irrelevant body against the Graspling either way. Got rid of a removal spell that they can't cast. And no attacks. Play Hired. Go up to 26. They have a Death Toucher. $27, I guess, because of this thing as well. What can we get back here? Probably the Blackthorn. Yeah, I think that would be best. I think I'm just going to kill off this 2/1 flyer. Like, it doesn't do anything right now. But it does let me draw a card. And no attacks. Don't know how we're getting through. There's just so much reach. My flyers don't do anything. I need to draw my mythic mythic red card, I think. That's pretty much it. Okay, so getting back Abigail, making my 6/5 flying first strike lifelink here. I mean, that's quite good. Let's do that. Now we have a bit of a clock. We're gaining a good bit of life here. That can't block it because it doesn't have a reach. And, okay, that was a good draw from the Weaver. Let's see if it can survive. Okay. I guess it's a race to removal here. If they find removal, it's pretty good for them. Okay, now they've got the red. Bitter Bloom Bearer, you say. Alright, what do they have with red now? Giant Fall is an instant that can deal damage. See if they have an instant. No instants, okay. If they can kill the Zealot in the next couple of turns here, that would be pretty good for them. But they got about 3 turns left, realistically. They have a way to finish off the Blackthorn? No. What do they have on end step? Oh, the safe right? Sure. That resolves. Play the bearer. So they have 5 blockers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 attackers. They can have to let 4 go through. It's not lethal yet. So let's just play it safe for the moment. I guess I could attack here, but not really. They could just bounce it off. So let's just attack with our Flying Lifelinker. The board has gone wide. No plays. Doesn't really get me anything good right now. I could trade something off and then get it right back, potentially. Okay, now is it lethal? 6 blockers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 attackers. So 5 things are getting through. They all have at least 1 power. This should be lethal, assuming there's no life gain. I don't think there is. So I think we're good to go. Right? Let's see. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means 5 things have to get through. They all have at least 1 power. So this should work. Assuming there's no life gain or instance. And I don't think they have an instant. Okay. Let's get in. We'll blight on the druid. It's not doing much here. And we did, in fact, get it. Oof. Good games, Hugester. That was a tough one. Got a little bit of a board stall. Used a removal early, and I was managed to go wide, but they were tough ones for sure. Okay, that was a grind fest, but we did get the win there, which moves us all the way up to 49th place here in the league with that record of 1-1. 45th and above looks to be 1-0 or have more than 1 win. And then we're tied with a lot of others there at 1-1. And opponent match win percentage is the first tiebreaker of the league. Monkey Mage sitting in 8th place over on the left. That was our first game opponent. So that is what's boosting our opponent match win percentage a little bit there as well. Lots of 4-1. Still have not yet had a 5-0 this week, but I'm sure there will be a few with 231 players. There's bound to be at least a couple of 5-0s. No packs to choose from today because we did win our match, which is what we want to keep on doing going forward, so we don't get to add any cards to our pool, but we're going to hope that the deck we ran today, with maybe a slight adjustment, can do well going forward. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time here at Daily Draft.